if there was any question whether Ja Morant learned his lesson from the suspension that he suffered and watching his team clearly go down in flames. And again, I know how well the team would frequently perform without him, but we understand his value to the Memphis Grizzlies and to the NBA if he plays to his potential without anything else going on. If we thought he learned his lesson, without a doubt, he did not. And I don't get it. I lay this right to you and say, what do you make of this? Help me with this one, Michael.
Well, there's not going to be a palatable answer for anybody, from anybody, or for anybody, because it's sad to see this kid, and I say kid because, what is he, 24? Potentially destroying his career, and to start with, hundreds of millions of dollars. That's what's at stake for him. Remember, Nike went ahead with that launch of that shoe, and I don't know what his contract is for with the shoes, but I mean, Derrick Rose made $200 million when he was an MVP, 15 years ago, not 15, 2011, so 12 years ago. So what is Ja's contract worth? If Derrick Rose made $200 million, okay, call it $250, conservatively. Then he's got a soft drink where he's the face of that. Powerade. They hadn't had any athlete on the bottle or lead their marketing campaign in years. They just returned to that. Now, they went ahead with those launches after the first disturbing situation. I can't imagine that's going to be the case now. We're talking about hundreds of millions, Rich. So if there's nothing else, you would say to him, dude, what are you doing? Just what do you think you're doing? You signed your name to this. I don't care how young you are. You signed your name to this. What are you doing to yourself, your career, your life? And, if you talk to, and I have, people in law enforcement and people in security, they'll tell you they're not surprised by yesterday at all. They thought, given who he's with, given what they know about digging into his life, that this is going to happen again and again and again until he fundamentally changes, and they don't know that he will. And the notion that he got it is you perfectly point out. Of course he doesn't get it. He didn't care. Now, I think he gets it in terms of he just thinks he's going to get away with it. He doesn't give a damn, Rich. If you listen to him post-game, there's a lot you can learn because you're talking about a really young guy in the moments after a game. In the moments after when they're emotional or their heads are somewhere else or their emotions are somewhere else, Ja Morant is completely and utterly engaged and fascinating in those situations. That requires intellect. Okay? So he's not without it. He just doesn't give a damn. And that's my conclusion. And it is my conclusion drawn with the help of people, again, that I've talked to who have access to the information. If you read the Washington Post reporting weeks before this happened, it's predictable. And going to Florida to be in some facility for a week, so what? That's just show. That's just PR. And so he's got to be suspended indefinitely, at least. Will that change him? I don't know. I don't know him that well. I have a perception of him, and I know the people who really are invested in him have a deep perception. And he's such an asset that the league now, like the league, Rich, should be moving on from LeBron, Steph, which is obviously still great. They should be moving on from, talking about promoting and marketing. They should be transitioning to, they've already got on Antetokounmpo in mid-career, to Jokic and to Ja Morant. They're bright, shining stars in their 20s. But how can they can't include Ja Morant? With handguns, whenever he decides he's going to, and not listening and not giving a damn, basically thumbing his nose at anything and everything. So the NBA is in a sad place with that now. Ja Morant's in a sad place with that. We've seen sport in general. We know what happened at a couple of universities, with that. And it's, man, what comes next? What do you do to try to answer your original question? The league has to start with suspending him for real. Not 8 games, for real. not 25. More, for real. And then demanding certain things of him. And that starts with the commissioner. And it starts with not being lenient on this particular situation. He can't afford it. The league can't afford it.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.